podcast is the show. Aaron and Austin, they're going to know.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is episode 16. Yep. We got a killer guest tonight from Netflix's Web of Make Believe.
Yep.
Independent investigative reporter Meko Haze.
Welcome to the show, man.
That's what your tagline says.
That's what we stole it up.
Yeah,
like we used on Netflix. I sounded super official to me, so I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Independent investigative reporter? I was like, that's a great title. So anyway, real quick, let's get to the clips of the shows for this week and roll that real quick and get that over with, and then we'll run into it. We're back. So, yeah, independent investigative reporter. I thought that was like a great title.
Sounds super official.
Yeah, I thought so. And fucking cool as fuck. Anybody knows me, I love documentaries. They're like a big part of my watching. So when I heard, I had already watched the episode and then heard that you were on it through Facebook while I'm watching the episode. And they're like, great job. I was like, oh, great. I can't wait to get through this. So it was fun for me to see that, what a good job you guys did on it too, as well as it was put together. Too, because it's a crazy fucking story.
Yeah. Crazy story, and you seem to have a lot of that, man. I think that's why they reached out to you, right?
I mean, yeah. That honestly, still to this day, I know more about that shooting than most of the fucking attorneys on it know. I do. Do you guys want to go into that?
Yeah, let's go. Let's run through this. Okay. So if you don't know, it's on the Web of Make Believe. It's on the first episode on the Web of Make Believe, and it's about swatting. It's about a fucking crazy ass kid named Tyler Barris,
who you said you were investigating kind of before this even happened.
No.
Okay.
So what happened was people were messaging me about the shooting, and I was actually at work, and I couldn't check it out. Went home. And I was laying in bed and got on my cell phone and figured out real quick what had happened. And I actually woke up, like I got out of bed and got on the computer and started tracking Tyler. A lot of people don't know that I was actually talking with Tyler when the FBI kicked in his door. And I actually had to
You messaging him with him, right? Back and forth?
And I had to sit down with the FBI, and they actually thought that I knew him because of how much information we had gathered in such a short period of time.
Wow.
And I had to tell them that,
no,
man, we were actually trying to beat you guys, and if you would have gave us like 2 more hours, we would have. So, I don't know what to tell you.
And he was in California, right? In some public. They ended up catching his ass in some library or some shit.
Anybody like not familiar with it, which honestly at this point I don't think there's many people that are.
Shouldn't be anyway.
Yeah, it was a pretty goddamn big story.
Casey and Sean were playing Call of Duty online, and they had a $1.50 bet, and Sean shot Casey, his player, and Casey had just been swatted by Tyler. So Casey thought of it, that he should reach out to Tyler and have him swat Shane. And in the message exchanges, Shane told him to pull up in his front yard, pussy, and he posted his old address.
Yeah, his previous address, where he used to live.
Shane did live there.
Yeah, at one point. Yeah, he had moved. Yeah.
But one thing I will tell you that still is like just sad about that whole situation. They didn't even have a gaming system in that house.
Right.
Like, I mean,
they were probably unaware of that concept of swatting.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody
most-
who doesn't know, what happens is these kids online were playing video games against each other and started calling in SWATs to addresses.
False threats.
They would-
I have hostages.
Yeah,
they go very like, for example, with Tyler and the Justin Rapp shooting, Tyler said that he had just shot his dad in the head.
And he's holding a gun.
He was holding his mother and sister hostage at gunpoint and had doused the house in gasoline.
I mean, that's an intricate fucking story.
Well, and
he also said though it was a single story house. So right when
And it was
the house clearly is
didn't
not
match.
a single story.
Yeah, it didn't match. And what's crazy is it took so long for the police and any investigators to catch on to this kid. He was doing this like fucking 7+ times a week, evacuating fucking schools. He's like,
it was like his job.
He's doing all,
it was literally his job.
Like, he was doing this like constantly.
He admitted to me doing the bomb threat on. God, who was it that he did the bomb?
Was it on the news? The one on the news station, or I mean, because he did tons of schools, a news station. He did the federal building when they did the. They were doing the net neutrality meeting. He did that one. I mean, that was in Texas. I think
That's what he fucking admitted.
Yeah, there was some federal building. They were having a net neutrality meeting, and he got that evacuated. That was one of the biggest ones. That's the one that got his grandma flipped out on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the FBI investigators turned to me, and they were all like, "So you were just asking all these questions?" And I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "It's real good. That's good."
It was
So you say that you go when you live stream protests? It's like, yeah. And he was like, these people trust you. It's like, yeah, let's go ahead and stop this right here because most of the time I actually go against you guys, but I'm willing to throw you someone like Tyler. But other than that, fuck off. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the FBI halfway tried to recruit me.
Well, I'm sure they're looking for good investigators all the time. I mean, people.
Oh, they legit, I'm telling you, they legit thought that I knew Tyler because of how much, like, what I gave to the FBI was like 15 different accounts, his possible girlfriend's accounts, like, I mean,
Were these all his Twitter accounts?
we were hours away from finding out who he really was. Tyler was not a hacker. Tyler was not highly intelligent on computers like he tries to claim. Tyler was a script kiddo he was very good at hiding his identity. I'll give him that. But he was not the computer genius. He fucking tries to.
He couldn't cover himself up that.
You found him pretty fast and got a lot of information on him in a real short amount of time.
Yeah,
so.
I got enough to where the FBI thought I knew him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he was like what you talked about on the documentary. Is he bounced around from like a few main Twitter accounts, and you were able to track him pretty easily, kind of, and start talking to him.
Oh yeah, it was. He was good at covering his ass, but he wasn't.
Well, he wanted like the fucking recognition for it. It seemed like, or some shit. Such a weird kink. Calling in bomb threats and shit.
I don't think he did until it happened.
So until that instance happened, until the Andrew Finch thing, you think that was when he like?
I think
that's when embracing it.
I think that's when he switched his MO. Honestly,
so
I don't think he wanted recognition before that.
That's when you think he lost wanting to have recognition for it. Well, after that happened, he seemed kind of like he was a little remorseful towards the end.
Well, it's a sad story all the way around.
No,
he wasn't.
No, he's not.
He never was.
No, Tyler's a piece of shit. I know in Netflix they included me calling him a little fucking prick.
Yeah. I mean, for what he said, he was a prick for what he said.
No, that's.
I'm sure it was way worse than that from what you could show.
Tyler is a physical embodiment of 4chan. Like, literally, there's no...
Oh, wow.
There was
What a great description of that.
There was no... I mean, this motherfucker had the audacity to ask me the day after the shooting to talk to the family.
To the Andrew Finch family?
Now, the only thing I will say that Andrew said, or Tyler said, in regards to the shooting, the only thing that he said that was correct was he didn't pull the trigger.
No, he didn't. And that's, where the story kind of takes a turn here a little bit. I mean...
Well, I've done police shootings enough to where...
Especially here.
Yeah, especially here.
There's like 17 fucking officers on the fucking site. And typically when you have multiple officers and there's a police shooting, you hear pop. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
But there was one shot. Come in.
Usually, like you said, in a shooting, a cop shooting, like one guy opens fire and it kind of like opens the fucking can, and here we go.
Oh, you can even tell on the body cam of the officer next to Justin, he like does this jerk thing. That's like
what are you doing?
Whoa,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
just happened almost right there.
Almost like a turn away.
Yes, I mean it's. I don't know, but also Cedric Lofton.
Oh yeah, it's.
Yeah, we had Black Soul on talking. He ran us through the whole Cedric Lofton case, and that was.
WPD's pretty rampant on the
Like
police
who? Is that Pastor Mo?
Who? Black Soul? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, good, because Pastor Mo's a piece of shit.
This guy's like a MC and poet and a stand-up comedian and stuff. Real awesome, cool dude.
I had to stay away from that case for a minute because of Pastor Mo.
Yeah, I don't even know who Pastor Mo is.
You know, yeah.
That's because he's insignificant.
Good.
Yeah, that was you saying something about what we should do something for 39 minutes.
39 minutes because it was fucking. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what we said we should do for 39 minutes.
All I want to do is shut down for 39 minutes. I'm guessing probably at Jayak.
Yeah.
I've just been released off my leash on that situation, if that makes sense.
No, but I'm sure it will later.
There was the Pastor Mo I speak of is someone that I highly did not agree with, and he got with the family before I could, and he's looking for self-fame, pretty much. We filed the federal lawsuit 2 weeks ago. This last Monday or next Monday, it'd be 2 weeks ago. And it's the same law firm that's doing the Andrew Finch shooting, and it's his brother instead of his mom. That's actually the trust county and everything. So now I've been let off my leash. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some stories here soon.
Oh, there's gonna be problems.
Yeah.
So is the WPD ever gonna take any heat for this Andrew Finch shooting? Is that ever gonna come down on Officer Rapp?
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna bleed the fucking city. We actually just requested another Cora of how much they've paid fucking Stephen Pig. All we're waiting on right now is for the Colorado Supreme Court to rule on Justin and the city's liability of qualified immunity. As soon as that's done, there's a trial date.
So explain that. What do you mean by qualified immunity? You mean that these officers that did this?
So qualified immunity is terrible
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking loophole piece of shit turn.
Well, it sounds like very gray area.
Yeah, sounds like yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not a gray area. It's a black area. It's total bullshit. So qualified immunity basically means that you can shoot, taser, fuck up someone, and because you're a state employee, technically, you're allowed to do it.
I got you.
So unless there's law precedent that shows that like it was excessive force, etc., unless that law exists, they can get qualified immunity. One of the horror stories of qualified, because Kansas is actually one of the worst states when it comes to qualified immunity, was an elderly man with Alzheimer's that got tasered in the back. Because
was he out wandering the streets? Did he like get lost from his family or something?
He was at a nursing home and he got up. Actually,
at a nursing home and got tased in the back.
Hit me with a little bit of that sauce, Captain.
My gosh.
Let's see if we can pull this out.
I know it. I see what you're up to.
Blame me.
I was kind of shocked to learn via that documentary how fucking loose our laws are that protect the police officers in any shooting. Like, they don't have to release no fucking names. They ain't got to say shit. Like, they ain't got to say shit.
Well, and
no accountability.
And that's part of what allows it, in my opinion. You know, like, we in that documentary we saw Chief Ramsey get up and basically say, Wichita PD, we have a history of not releasing.
Well, you're new here, motherfucker. Change this history. Well, I mean, you know, when I hear shit like that, it's like...
You know, it's basically like this for me in city government.
Well, but there is one thing, though. And I'm by no means defending Ramsey. So there's the Fraternal Order of Police, which is a real problem.
It really is. You're fucking right.
Like, I remember my first time meeting Ramsey. He actually like shook and jumped when he shook my hand and realized who I was.
Yeah. He didn't want that picture anywhere, right?
Well, no, it was just so we were at like a criminal review board, and my friend that's the advocate for the Finch family, Oma Ann, she had already met Ramsey. Me and him have not met face to face at this point. So she calls Ramsey over, and Ramsey's all like, "Hey, what's up?" And then I'm like, "Hey, we haven't met yet." And as we're shaking hands, he's like, "I'm Police Chief Gordon Ramsey," you know, does this pretty boy bullshit, because I think that's a lot of what Ramsey was. And then I'm like, "I'm Meko Haze." And he
goes,
pulled his hand back. And even Ann, he was like, "It's nice to meet you." And even Ann was like, "Yeah, don't fuck around, motherfucker. We all watched that."
Well, but I don't know. If I'm on the outside looking in on what I would consider Meko Haze brand, I don't think you're right. I don't think you're left. I think that you are somewhat anti-extremism. And you just kind of call out bullshit on whatever side you find.
You're kind of a truth seeker. I mean,
no, I don't.
That's what I'm trying to say. I mean,
injustice too, which is kind of nice.
If you see the injustice, yeah, that's a good. If you see the injustice, you just call it out. It's not about right or left or politics, really, unless the politics are getting totally in the way, which they often do. I guess.
The politics always come in at the end of these stories, like. After all this shit happened, when you can discuss the militarization of the police and this jacked up officer that's been in other shootings and shit.
I will also say it's terrifying as I try and find you guys, and I literally search Kansas man tasered by police in retirement home, and it's terrifying how many videos are coming up, and they're not that one.
Really?
Well, yeah,
there's more than...
Well, they probably
I mean, it's not
they
just
probably-
Kansas. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's just Kansas police tasering fucking retirement home people, but it's crazy how many. I have been scrolling for a minute and I still can't find the actual video I'm referring to.
Well,
Why were the police at a damn retirement home anyway? Tasing home.
So okay,
Yeah,
so
tell me
what
the story. I don't know the
happened?
story. I don't know the
So
whole
what happened with it? It's one that got very buried, and the cop that tased him ended up being promoted,
Oh, well, that sounds about right.
just like Justin Rapp. Fuck you,
He was
Justin.
promoted.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he was
know
just
that.
promoted to
He's
detective.
like looked upon by the police department as a, like they've used him for like he was on their when cops came to town. They
Well,
used
so
him.
I
They,
wouldn't,
like,
I
this
wouldn't
guy.
go.
That was
I
kind of
wouldn't go
before.
that far. I was actually surprised that he got promoted because when he turned around and sued the city for his lost pay,
Oh, okay. Well,
his lost pay, like that,
usually when you do that, it doesn't work out well for you in this city.
he burned a lot of bridges.
Oh yeah, usually not a good plan.
It usually
Usually
doesn't
sue-
spell promotion.
Well, the whole entire town is being run by the municipal system. Sue it.
I honestly feel like his promotion was a fuck you to everybody from the Fraternal Order of Police.
Explain what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean, over the last few years, we've been a little bit more closer of talking about the FOP, which isn't good for the FOP. And I feel like, so Justin Rapp's promotion happened in secrecy. When I texted, let's just say, major politicians in the city, the people that have seats and have power, they didn't know. So we got leaked the information from one of his fellow officers, which also whenever I confirm an officer in a police shooting, I use 3 sources. And my third source when it came to Justin Rapp was his fellow police officers.
Well, good on whoever that was in the police force. We need more guys like that.
Well, because it was dragging the whole department down, and it was a bad shot.
Yeah, I mean it was.
I mean, that's
just the facts of it. If you watch the documentary, like you said, like that one guy fires a shot randomly, and it's like, what was the time? What was the? The door opens. It's like
And
7 fucking seconds, and he shot you.
it's 6 seconds.
Yeah, he just opens fire.
It's 6 seconds, and there was, I believe it's 8 different commands, and also those commands were coming from each
Multiple
side of the house. It was coming from the
Yeah, from a discombobulated person that has no idea what's going on.
Why are
east,
you
west.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can drive by there. It's a house right there at Seneca and McCormick.
Yeah, that's got a T alley in it. I drove by and looked at it because
Yeah.
I
it's
pass there like a lot
all the time. Yeah.
It's on my way home.
So if you drive through that, that's why Andrew went out, is he heard all the cars going through the pothole. And then, he opened the door to not even a full SWAT, because Wichita didn't even follow their actual policies and call a SWAT. So he opened the door to patrol officers and sheriffs, and none of them, I think it's 17, not one of them can say they saw a gun in Andrew's hand. And actually, Justin's story has changed twice. You can look at his initial incident report, and then you can look at when he's talking in Tyler's case. And he straight up, in the incident report, he didn't have a fucking gun. He just had something. And then in the fucking Tyler case, he said that he saw the gun. And also, just an FYI, KBI, they lied. I literally have documents, which this is one of the first that I've announced this. KBI never talked to Justin, and instead the KBI investigator literally put words into Justin's mouth and said that he was trying to save the family. And that was never mentioned by Justin
in initial reports.
And then it found out that the KBI investigator actually never talked to Justin.
So he just fabricated and
literally made up.
That's the biggest thing that you see time and time again in all these documentaries. Just the cops just go to bat for each other and stick up for each other.
Well, it's that blue code of silence, man. And then
I hate that, dude. Like in every other job, if you see a guy fucking up, like you tell on him. Like, why is that one job that we choose to these people to protect us? They're you can't even reopen cases. Like, they don't want to fucking, like, if they got somebody, they're over it. Like, it's done for them.
Yeah, when it's done, it's done.
It's done. They don't want to touch it again.
I always felt that we should hold police to higher standards.
I mean,
they really are the people that are.
If you're rolling around with a gun telling me what to do,
then I hold you to a higher standard.
Yeah, if my asshole puckers when you drive by, like, you better be a good dude.
Well, I'm glad they finally kind of realized that, though, that like, people are naturally scared of cops. Because it used to be they just pull anybody over and go, you're acting really nervous. Yeah, that's my probable cause. Yeah. Now I get to detain you. You know what I mean? Like,
I had a friend that was a cop for roughly 3 months.
I've had friends that are cops.
And there's a lot of good
cops. And also,
there are good cops.
Just to clarify that, because a lot of people think I'm just anti-cop. Chief Ramsey was one of the first people to message me when my grandma died. Like, it's not a hating cops thing when it comes to me. Yeah. It's about accountability.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's about abuse of power.
Yeah, exactly. And when they do that, we have to hold them accountable for it. They should not be able to just run and duck tail behind their
I want to hold them to the highest end of that. Because abuse of power is really...
But by no means...
Yeah.
By no means do I just hate all cops.
Of course not.
Like, that's not...
Yeah, none of us do.
That's not a thing. Well, some of us do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's the ACAB.
Yeah, I mean, there is. But anybody who's thinking normal is not going to just...
well, and there's like Black Bloc, which Black Bloc has let me film them before, which I was super grateful for. But holy shit, man. That is nothing but misguided anger. Like, because Black Bloc let me go with them during the 2016 inauguration, and we're like breaking out fucking Starbucks windows, which means nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Like, first off, this was just a dude that bought into a profitable franchise, and his insurance is going to pay for this. Like, you literally accomplished nothing by...
Yeah, you fucked up some franchisees' fucking storefront.
Well, but
like this dude, everybody thinks that Starbucks and shit like that, like, they are Starbucks, but they're not.
No, they're locally owned businesses. They don't realize people people own the McDonald's is here.
In the community.
Like, every fast food restaurant is a locally owned business. Yeah. Someone in the town owns the franchisees.
Doesn't just do McDonald's.
Yeah. There's a guy that owns 3 or 4 of them on each side of town. Like, they are local businesses. A lot of times people don't want to hear that, but they are owned by local franchisees.
Yeah, like, you're literally bitching about local shit. Paul, I mean, it's literally a local business.
But the movement is an example of what we're talking about. It's extremism. You know what I mean? To run around and be breaking out Starbucks with them, you're on an extreme end of a thing.
Yeah, vote. Why don't you do something for real?
I'm just saying, you're going to discount your own credit.
True.
I've always
being extreme.
I've always said, just at least fuck up their shit.
And the city we're not advocating rioting or public.
By no means am I saying that you should
go out and deface public property.
Go burn down a cop car, but I'm saying,
if you're gonna do something of that sort, why not take it out on the people?
A car? Yeah. That's maybe the car you should do.
We are so assassinated.
Well, if you're gonna, if you really are going to be an assertive protester that is destroy something that the city owns, not somebody else owns.
They're the ones fucking us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, go to a park and light a fire. That's what you want.
Also, do not go burn down cop cars unless.
What to bring it back from last week?
Unless you want to.
I feel like a pause for a minute. Is that a fucking hospital bracelet on here?
Yeah, that's from the car wreck thing.
So Miko's had an interesting 72 hours.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we went to the hospital for a car wreck thing.
Well, I got fucking hit by a car.
Yeah.
You typically go to hospitals for that
Do you
thing.
feel like the Clintons are after you? Did you say anything?
Not yet.
Maybe anti-Clinton and
Not
you're
yet,
on
but
suicide
I will.
watch, so to speak?
I will. In all honesty, I was told that during deposition, Justin was visibly angry when my name was mentioned.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, you were the first one to leak his name to
You called
to
it
the
up
press,
pretty
right?
quickly, yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, and our local media dipshits, they fucking would not get my back on that.
they wouldn't co-sign it.
No, they would. They. Okay, so with something like that, there is a lawsuit, and especially with FOP, which Ramsey, that time that we met and he fucking like pulled his hand away. He even told me that because of the FOP contract, that he could not say Justin's name because it would cause a hostile work environment.
But that's
That is
FOP shit.
That is such a weird way to handle that situation.
I mean, he's correct, though. I mean, even just now, like, Maggie Ballard's being thrown under the bus, and they're trying to say that that was my source for Justin Rapp getting promoted. It wasn't. And I know from inside talks that City Legal, like, Jennifer is fucking threatening lawsuits against anybody that goes against or goes towards fucking overturning that promotion, because she's saying that's administrative and it's out of their reach.
It's also a smart tactic to take as City Legal.
Well, does the promotion get him off the streets? Maybe that's what they're trying to hide him. I mean, sometimes you can promote motherfuckers and hide them.
What position was he promoted to?
Yeah, do we know that?
Detective.
Detective.
Oh, great.
so he's
Great.
So
just
he's
more
literally the motherfucker that
he really has more power now.
yeah.
Yeah.
he can clear other officers and shit. Like
He's gonna be the site. He's gonna be the site on-site like person in charge.
So,
And
so,
shit.
so I always had this question, okay, and Officer Rapp represents this problem that I see. When people come back from deployment, like in armed forces, I feel like they gravitate towards law enforcement because it's a natural jump.
Well, and they
Now
get hired
my
easy,
problem is, I don't think the training. I don't think that I can out-train
the training
a
is
soldier.
100%.
You know what I mean? I don't think I can out-train a soldier. I think once you're a soldier,
Untrain him.
I can't give him new training that says
but
step it
hold
down
on
a
though,
notch.
You don't
because
want to.
I wondered about that.
The
Hold on,
military kills less innocent
Training-
individuals in war zones than we do as police here in town.
100%. What he's saying is correct.
They have better
Like,
training.
The training that Justin got in the military was better than his police training.
I'm sure of that.
So is that a
But
misconception?
was it?
It's 100% a misconception.
So military guys are better in the police force, probably, or
You're looking for
They can't
PTSD
shoot until
issues
they
at that
fucking.
point.
They can't shoot until they're about to get killed.
Right.
So how did that happen? How did Justin Rapp happen?
He pulled the fucking trigger.
He just did. His training did not kick in as we were told it should.
Well,
and
okay,
it just
so
didn't go that
the
way.
thing with Justin, because and I'm telling you, trust me, that's why Netflix sat down with me. I know more about Justin than Justin possibly knows about himself. I even found an old Valentine's video, and his ex-wife reached out to me and asked if I would please blur her fucking name.
she didn't want to be associated with it.
So, Justin seems like he was a good guy. But I've also had friends that went to school with him that told me that he was a fucking prick. What I can tell is that he got on South PD, and his partner is actually known for stomping someone into like literal physical disabilities. South PD's fucked up to begin with.
South City ain't no joke.
So and see, yeah, that's the other thing. Like anybody that lives in South Wichita, if you're fucking like, those cops are fucking assholes.
They're different.
So
You're wrong.
I think he got out of the Army because he wasn't even anything serious in the Army. He was a water boy in the Army.
Well,
I always hear you in the Army now when you say that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I always hear Pauly Shore.
but that's the best way to describe him.
I always heard he was
That's
just
what
kind of like just standard issue soldier. You know,
I didn't even, I mean, honestly, I didn't
he
even-
wasn't even a soldier. He was fucking, I forget
Like maintenance
his
and shit?
exact fucking term, but no, man, that motherfucker, no, Justin
not even.
wasn't even a soldier. He
So
was
do you
like
think the
a water
South Side
boy.
policing is what kind of turned him sideways? Because he's
Yeah,
been
it
involved in
seems-
multiple abuse of power cases,
seems-
multiple aggressive cases, and more than one shooting now.
It seems like he fucking, when he hooked up with his partner there, that, I don't know, Justin was tainted.
It's sad, especially when it seems like that happens more often than it should with the police department. Because
Well, in that documentary, Web of Make Believe, we were talking about Wichita being like the number 11 officer involved shootings.
yeah, it was like way above the national average.
Yeah, it was like we're
way
number
above-
11 of 50. You know,
Yeah, and we ain't telling you shit about who did it. Officer number 1
Yeah.
shot a motherfucker.
and our transparency is one of the worst.
Yeah, like that was so weird to me to find that shit out.
Well, I didn't know that really until that documentary.
I don't know if they
kinda
showed
popped
this
out.
because I haven't. I mean, I just won't watch it. But
I have that same kind of thing. I don't really watch.
Well, all you artists are the same way.
Projects,
I watch our podcast because
I've watched little bits of
because I have to
our
clip it and
podcast.
shit.
I haven't-
well, but also like aside from paying myself, like I was in the hospital room when Adelina Finch, his niece, was declared brain dead. Like I have a lot of problems with Lisa Finch. We've actually turned her in for some things, and Lisa still doesn't understand that the main lawsuit isn't about her. It's about Anders' kids.
You're the niece and the nephew.
No, the kid, his actual children.
Oh, he had actual children. I thought they were his niece and his nephew. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. His niece, Adelina, was who shot herself.
Yeah, she's the one that, and the
then,
other
like,
one. Was,
2 weeks later, her boyfriend shot
yeah,
himself.
that was the sad part of the story. Is how deep that went.
Well, it's how many lives are affected by tragedy.
Yeah, exactly.
How deep is that rabbit hole?
I can tell you from day one of getting Anders Strauss office involved in shit, we were worried about Adelina. And we offered free therapy, and that's just part of why I won't watch it.
Yeah, that's the sad part. As close as you are to that story, I mean, that's got to be hard.
Well, we all knew she needed help.
You saw the signs.
Well, I mean, the mom even mentions it in the documentary right after that he's shot.
Adelina's the only one that fucking walked over him.
Yeah.
In
As
cuffs.
he lay dying.
In fucking cuffs too. Like she's in cuffs too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a sad fucking story how it was all handled from
well,
time
and
of
then
shot
there's
on.
fucking dickhead. God, what is his name? I will tell you one of our sergeants. It's Sergeant. God damn it! I know his fucking name.
You're lucky, Sergeant. God damn it. Because we'll blast you.
I can pull up the goddamn lawsuit.
Yeah. Well,
He was telling people to step over Andrew.
Yeah, they were holding back the ambulance on site. Like, what was it, like 20 minutes before they?
why would you hold back the ambulance?
Like, even if someone's a criminal and they get shot by police, usually they are awarded medical attention.
If you don't get to try him, it's kind of all for nothing. isn't it?
They had. Okay, so what happened there, and I'll tell you what happened there, regardless of what anyway wants to say. Their cop shot somebody, and they went in there and tried to find a reason to shoot that person.
To justify that shooting.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they realized they didn't
Have anything.
There wasn't any justice.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Oh no, we just put in a new Cora for the amount of money spent on Stephen Pig, which, funny enough, the attorney they use for lawsuits is Stephen Pig, Pigg.
I don't know him.
But you can,
It's funny. It's funny. I mean, it's like, does shit happen like that on purpose, or do? I mean, really? That's the guy's name? That's who you got to defend the police department?
No, Stephen Pig is actually dying. So, like with the Cedric Lofton lawsuit, it's gonna be weird because there's so many people being sued. Like the city of Wichita, I know already grabbed Pig's law firm. Pig's law firm.
It's funny
But
that you're not making fun of him. That's his
I
actual
hate to
name.
laugh about it.
Well, I mean, you got a funny name.
It's
Sorry
kind
about
of a
you.
low blow, but yeah.
You got a funny name. Sorry about
I
you.
mean, sometimes you gotta take the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, right. You got a funny fucking name, and you represent cops and fucking city officials, and your name's Stephen Pig. We're gonna have a fucking couple of chuckles about it.
So, yeah, I don't know, but like the Cedric Lofton lawsuit is bad, and it's also good though because it also means that none of these other people, like, there's gonna be, I imagine, even single county commissioners are gonna have to get their own attorneys.
Oh, it's gonna itemize out like that, where everybody's gonna have to defend themselves.
Well, the thing is like with Pig, which Pig is usually, like, Pig even does, he's doing fucking Topeka's lawsuit on, Dominic Harris, the police shooting up there. Anders Stroth is doing the same lawsuit there. You can't do that because, like, the Cedric Lofton lawsuit has Wichita PD, City of Wichita, Sedgwick County, JIAC, and so you all can't use the same attorney.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, because you can plot your stories all together to make it all fucking.
That's it.
I mean, like, you
that's your
can
point.
you can course all the stories together to make it all protect each other. Like, that's a big bunch of bullshit.
And that's naturally what you would do.
Yeah.
Well, that's what crooked ass fucking
And
organizations
Wichita-
do.
No,
Wichita-
that's what crooked ass lawyers even make good people.
True,
you know,
true. Yeah, I mean, you ain't wrong.
While we were at lunch after announcing the Cedric lawsuit, we found out that Wichita already retained Pig's office. So I mean,
Pig's options.
everybody
It's never
now.
gonna be fun.
It's funny.
I know, man. I know.
Yeah.
The Wichita
Trust me, I know.
PD. The Wichita PD retains Pig's office.
Well,
We are all on target now.
This is a
dude.
god.
We are all on
Well, this is a
target now.
simulation. None of this is fucking real anyway.
City of Wichita did. I don't think Wichita PD didn't do it. City of Wichita acted immediately and was like,
Yeah.
we're hiring you. And now there's city council, county council and shit. Like, county and everybody is now wondering what the fuck to do.
I feel very compelled right now to just give a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I mean,
Yeah, it has been pretty doom and gloom.
I know you're like
There's
investigative
not-
reporter, you know, exposing the darkness in the system, you know, and I
There's
get it, but
not
like,
light.
so I've had a little bit of light in this system, man. I have, like,
There's not light, especially with what's going on
well,
right now.
there's a lot of really heavy shit.
We
Okay? There's a lot of heavy
we
shit.
literally have a Texas senator that is openly tweeting to reverse fucking Brown versus
Yeah.
DOE.
Yeah, dude.
And
Some of the shit you
fucking
grew up
protect-
hearing about
like,
as monumental cases that are getting overturned is fucking
The
crazy.
Roe versus Wade shit was just crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, and it's just a gate. It's a gate to see that fucking.
So, but
we have a Supreme Court with an agenda.
Yeah, we do.
I'm a
You're
realist.
100% right about that. I mean, that's really a scary
It doesn't
thing.
stop here. Like we're
That's a
on,
scary fucking thing there.
We are
Oh.
now on gay marriage. We are now on interracial marriage. We're not in a good place.
Not with stuff like monumental legislation being toppled that easily.
Yeah.
Being
Should-
toppled that
Especially
easily.
when all three of them motherfuckers said that was law. That was the law of the state. That was the law of the. I mean, all three of them said that Roe versus Wade was
I'm going to
confirmed.
say that in some local law lately, man, I've been very lucky. I've dealt with some great people in the local government, man. I have, and I would imagine that to be true at any level of government. I think you have your good guys and your bad guys, like any fucking thing you go at.
Well, recently we voted in some good guys. Recently we voted in some pretty decent people here. We've tried,
and that's
we're trying.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. I like some of these guys. I was at a city council meeting,
But we're in a bad place.
as a city, as a state, as a.
God, the police force.
I think
numbers?
all of it. I think all of it to a certain
all
point.
Above, we're in a
Yeah,
bad
but
place.
I also think there's a good force fighting. You know, I think there's good
There's
guys
pushback.
on that team.
I think there's pushback.
good guys on that team.
Yeah, I think
man.
there's pushback.
There are. A lot of the old blue hairs are dying out.
Well,
man.
people like you are what's good. We do need people to think positive and think that there are good people out there that we can affect some change at some point.
I've said for years because people, I mean, in fact, when Facebook deleted my last account, I had 130,000 followers. I've said for a while.
You got too much of a voice. They didn't want to hear you. They didn't want to hear it no more.
I've said for a while. Actually, my Facebook account was deleted in the middle of a live stream against Mark Bennett, our district attorney.
Yep.
So that was interesting. I've never seen that happen before, and I've never seen it happen again. We're fucked.
Well, they can touch us too easy. A little bit. That's the bigger problem. Is they can touch us
I don't
too
think we're entirely fucked.
We're fucked.
I think we have good people, man. I think there's good people fighting the fight.
This is how we get into a civil war. Like we are fucked. I guarantee you, these Supreme Court justices are not stopping.
No.
And we're about to see.
Now you can see why everybody was so sad when Ruth Bader Ginsburg left, and I remember like right off of Trump's presidency, they were trying to force in that Kavanaugh motherfucker with all that shitty shit. He's an asshole. Like he was a bigot, misogynistic, fucking asshole frat boy.
Nobody really wanted that guy.
No,
but everybody believed in Trump just voted him in blindly. I think
Trump was brilliant with what he did because he.
Like in the same way Hitler was brilliant. I mean, like.
Well,
no.
Evil is still brilliant. Believe it or not, unfortunately.
What Trump did was he falsely let a ton of fucking struggling people believe that they'd be rich.
Yeah, he thought he was going to give us all back to the working man. We was all the Republicans ride together, would take back white America.
I'm a self-made.
Yeah, and he's not even a politician. This guy can't even run a fucking TV show. He ain't even a politician.
I'm a self-made. I will teach you motherfuckers how to fucking do this.
And we won't tax you a cent. We can let you keep all your money. Shit. They duped everybody into that shit.
I mean, they're still duping them with this fucking their whole vote. The vote's not correct shit. Whatever the fuck. I forget what the fucking name is. But they still collecting donations.
I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah.
For the
recount? He started a super PAC.
yeah.
That's
Trump 2023.
The problem is, who the Republicans going to run next anyway? I mean, they know it's a turd sandwich or whatever, like the South Park thing. It's like
One terrifying thing is it does turn out that the Republicans are running Chris Kobach for Attorney General, and I have no clue how that happened, but
you fell upwards in politics apparently.
No, dude. Like for some reason, Chris Kobach still has like this good name around here. Derek Schmidt's running for shit.
Yeah, he's running for governor.
How the hell is that? You know, like I thought we discredited that dude. Like,
yeah, I thought we were done with that
a really long time.
Right? I thought we were over that. I thought we went through that.
I really thought the same way about Kobach. But, you know,
the Mike
That's
Pompeo
what I
guy.
just said when I fucking heard that. And Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, he drained our fucking economy, dude.
But they promoted him.
Yeah,
like,
they moved his ass into federal government. Yeah, you drain the whole fucking Kansas economy, gave the Koch brothers every tax break you can fucking give, and suck $300 million out of our economy here, and wonder why we can't fucking afford a
Pompeo's
school.
such a piece of shit.
Oh, he is.
Funny.
He's one of our worst. I think one of the worst politicians.
Hey! Can we talk politicians for a minute? Vermin Supreme. I know you was on this.
That's my fan.
Vermin Supreme, dude.
I don't know. I don't know him.
Vermin Supreme
He wears a
would
boot
like
on his head.
to
Here is a
give
boot.
every American a pony.
He wears
that's
a boot on his head.
Yeah, he wears the boot on
You
his
know
head.
who Vermin is. You've seen
Is he a local
Vermin
guy?
Supreme? No,
He's
no,
libertarian.
he's a national
National?
celebrity, international celebrity. I would
he
argue.
lives in Boston, but he
So
actually
he's been dusted and had some LSD in his
Vermin Supreme, dude. I love this guy.
he lives in Boston, and he actually stayed with us on the corner of Central and Edgemore.
Really? So you met this cat?
No, I know
No,
Vermin.
yeah,
Vermin's a
that's why I
personal
brought him
friend.
up.
Oh, really?
You know.
Vermin actually declined Joe Rogan to come on a live with me.
Really?
Vermin's a personal friend.
Nice.
We've
How'd you guys cross paths originally? Is it a
protests,
really?
major protests.
So he's a good dude.
Because you were doing
Shout out to
Ferguson
Vermin Supreme. I don't know. I'll have to look
protests,
into
you were doing Occupy protests.
I have to look into him. I don't know who he is.
Where I first met him was Standing Rock, and then we ran into each other again at a
I know who that is.
2016 inauguration, and he allowed me. He actually said that the interview that he gave me was the most honest he's ever been with a reporter because he likes me.
Thanks. Hey, that's good, dude.
Well, that's easy. I mean, that's why you're a good investigative reporter. You're easy to like. I got to ask this question before we get too far. How do you choose? What's your thought process on what you're gonna investigate? Does it kind of just come to you on some shit that you
Something
think needs to be
pisses you
looked
off.
into, or
No,
are you targeting a specific kinds of cases, or how does it work? How does the investigative reporting start on a case or on something new?
People reach out to me, and then I have to decide if I can do that or not.
But they say, Meko, listen to this injustice that I'm finding here locally where I'm at.
Well, and the shit part is I have to turn down a lot of fucking people.
Well, yeah, you can't do everything. I mean, you're only one man. I mean, you can't get in. You can't go hard at everything. You want some more ice?
Can I get some ice? God damn it.
Give me a cup. Give me a cup. I got ice. So is there anything currently that you're starting to dig your claws into a little bit?
Well, we're launching a whole ass outlet. And honestly, it's a bit overwhelming. I went on.
You're launching a what?
Yeah, sorry, the
You're
ice
launching
is loud.
We're launching a whole ass media outlet.
a media
Launching a
outlet.
media outlet. Nice.
Like
That's-
that kind of Roku, like local kind of.
No.
Let's go.
No. Unfortunately, one thing is that we have to go national and international because I can tell you from running a media outlet before, Kansas is not going to do it.
Doesn't hit.
No.
Nobody really gives a shit.
It's a flyover state.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
That's what I'm
unfortunately,
saying. Nothing really happens.
And people kind of put their heads in the sand and just make their own money and kind of move on.
Yep.
I mean, they really do. For the most part, people care, but they don't, too, at the same
Oh,
time.
they like to click love.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I'll say a prayer for you.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers will say a prayer for you in this
Bless your
area.
heart. Bless your heart.
Well, I'll say a prayer for your family. Well, fucking show up at the goddamn.
So no, we're gonna launch Twisted Media.
If only we had a show or something we could offer.
What?
If only we had a show that we could offer them.
Offer Twisted Media?
on their platform.
Oh shit, we could do that here.
I mean, you can because we're.
Yeah, I mean, how cool would it be to have an investigative reported media team out of Muse?
As long as they don't investigative report us.
Well, I mean, if they could do a fluff piece on us and make us
Well,
look
one thing though, I want to follow Vice's footsteps.
yeah,
And
like
do,
that's like why not? That's cool as fuck.
Twisted music, twisted politics, twisted.
Yeah. You've really always been about that. I mean, I remember Daily Haze was doing a bit of that, like hitting on some different platforms. Like,
Well, and also though, you have to.
well, it
Sometimes
makes sense.
It's
doesn't
really
it?
nice to go to a festival when you've been covering kids being beat to death.
There has to be the light, man. That's what I'm trying to say. There's gotta be.
I'll never forget one time when I was still living in Florida.
Sorry.
Justin King.
Too much humidity.
Hey, man. Fort Myers.
Meth Gators.
That's still my favorite place. Gulf of Florida. Gulf of Florida.
The beaches are amazing and the water is amazing. I will say that.
I always had a blast in Florida, but it's like New Orleans to me. I'm about
Gulf of
7
Florida.
days, 10
But
days. I'm out.
Gulf of Florida.
He's not
It's
wrong.
different than
He's
the
not-
other side.
He is not wrong about
Fuck
that.
the other side. We hate those people.
You want the Gulf side.
And when you got no
Gulf
wind and
side.
stuff and that beautiful white sand is in the Gulf, it's a really beautiful area. You're right. You're not wrong. I've been to a couple.
I really like Clearwater. I lived in Clearwater.
Dude, I'm telling you, like that blue clear water in the Gulf is. I mean, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong about that.
Yeah, I was Fort Myers. And fucking. But no,
Meth Gators.
That is the Florida thing.
I forgot
Yeah, I don't know.
where I was even going because I got all hyped up on Florida.
Yeah, we did. So, we're getting close to our time limit on this bad boy.
No.
Where
We
does?
don't have a time limit.
No, I mean not really. But what is where people can get in touch with all of your stuff? Like
You're not pumping Daily Haze anymore, really, right?
No.
Okay,
Daily
so-
is dead and gone.
so how do
Somebody
we
else
find you?
bought
How do we
that
find
fucking
you?
site.
How do we find
someone
it? What
bought
do
up
you
your
do?
website name and shit.
Well, because I was so fucking done because I found out how many people were stealing money from me and whatnot.
Oh shit.
I was like, I'm not even renewing the URL.
So
Fuck all
now
of
it's Meko Haze at OnlyFans.
Fuck all you. It's basically just OnlyFans.
He's got great feet pics.
Yeah.
I mean, he really
Yeah.
does. He wears sandals a lot. So
Look, I
his
tried,
toes are so
guys.
yeah,
I
I
tried.
mean, right?
Toes are
Yeah,
I
for sure.
tried. No, like, I mean, it's always been Facebook. And then I am trying to be more active on, like, TikTok and Twitter and
So
all that good shit.
Yeah, we have tried to move to those other platforms.
I have to tell this
I
story about
hate it.
Facebook today.
It's fucking annoying.
Well, Instagram's really annoying. Like Facebook tells you, like, this person is John Smith and this is who they are. On Instagram, you're like, what the fuck does your name mean? Is this a person? Or
I'm
is, what
more
is this?
okay with Twitter and shit than I am fucking Instagram.
Me too.
Instagram can go fuck itself.
Me too, and it's such a usable platform for like really high level celebrities. It's like, why the fuck did they all use this shit platform?
It's really weird.
You can't hardly say anything, and for me that annoys me because I want to type some shit. And two, you don't really know who the person is. It's like at this weird ass shit.
I have my Facebook set up to where it just shoots pictures over to
Instagram. Yeah, that's how we do it too.
I want to share one final story about Meko, when we're talking about Facebook, okay? So when we were talking about setting this up, okay, the last message he sends me is, yeah, man, Tuesday, that's great. What time? And I said 9 ? And that was 4 fucking days ago, okay? This morning, 9:30, because...
I don't feel like it was 4 days ago.
No, it was something like that.
I'll get Meko on this.
Couple days ago. If he's an investigator reporter, I'm gonna default to him.
We'll look at that shit.
It wasn't.
But a while back, I
I feel like
said
3.5 days.
I said 9 ? And this morning, that 9 ? still wasn't seen. Right? So I'm starting to get worried. I'm like, shit, do we have Meko for today?
I got punched in the face 3 times last night.
And I can only imagine.
hit by a
I can only
car.
imagine what your Facebook message.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know?
And hit
I
by
didn't
a
know that.
car.
I sent him a message at 9:30, and I was like, hey, you know.
I still have a hospital van.
I know. This is...
Well, and your arm is still. I mean,
Yeah, you're
his
still
arm.
all bruised up and
I mean,
shit.
fuck the hospital
look at
band.
that. Yeah, you're still all fucking, like, banged.
That's Justin
But
Rapp coming at you, bro. You better watch
But,
out.
like, so...
I'll beat Justin to
We will
death.
be in. We're all gonna be so
I'm
weird ass
not
accident.
So this
FBI,
thread
I'm
is
not
fucking
actually gonna beat
Yeah.
Justin to death,
Yeah,
but I will.
That was just a joke, Justin.
But it's a
Allegedly.
joke.
Please do not
I
take me
will
action against us. We're
allegedly-
just normal weird people trying not to bother you.
Allegedly.
Yeah, please leave
I'll
us alone.
allegedly beat Justin Rapp to death.
But yeah, so you can see my stream, like 9:30, then like 1, then like 2:30, and then I want to say it was 4:19. I go, are you around? I mean, I can't get hold of you. And he says all caps, like screaming, I just woke up at 4:20. Meko just woke up.
I think it's a good time to wake
And
up.
I go, yeah, no worries. It's all good. And he goes, I will never forgive you.
What's up? Oh,
John, what did you do?
There's ghosts. There's ghosts here.
Yeah, I mean, it's principal's
There's
office.
a couple ghosts.
just anybody that can't see this, I just want you to know that John just fucked shit up.
Yeah, John
Yep,
just threw
that's
shit
right.
at us.
That's right. I feel that he threw shit.
Yeah, and there's
He
no way
fucked
you
I
can-
can't prove it,
If
but
he
there are
fucked up the
cameras
line,
everywhere.
I'm in the
Yeah,
other
I mean-
part of the room.
Yeah, that's why
I'm
we
on
know
the
it
other
was you.
side of the
Oh,
wall.
but you can talk in the room, but you're not part of it.
No, yeah, I have a speaker out
Sounds
there.
pretty fucking likely.
Yeah, it's all pretty up in the air at this point, John. I'm just here to tell you.
Oh man.
I'm also going to be on Discovery Investigation.
Yeah. Same
this
case?
fall.
Is it the same case?
No.
No, what's that?
It's
Plug it.
It's a fucking murder that they SFPD declared a suicide and
San
it
Francisco.
wasn't. Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah.
How'd you get in touch with this case? Did someone send you something and you just kind of started looking into it, or?
It was before my account was deleted, and so I mean you gotta realize even with my account now I get sent shit from everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
All over the country. I've looked into this, look into this.
But my old account, I mean, got fucking hammered nonstop, and that's what this account's about to fucking be. But yeah, I don't know. I was sent a thing of this girl that was beat to death by her fucking boyfriend, and they claimed a suicide.
Wow.
And they just reopened the investigation. Like, I don't know.
It's never going to stop, brother. It's never going to stop. You are always going to have fresh cases because people are that fucked up.
Well, and people. The sad thing is,
I mean, that's just the reality.
The sadder thing is the people that get the injustice are so desperate for justice that they will reach out to anyone that's helped somebody else in some similar situation because they have nowhere to fucking turn. They have the cops telling them to go fuck yourself. They have the lawyers telling them to go fuck yourself.
The state of Alabama sued me for $600,000.
You've been sued by a fucking state?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You should put that on your fucking resume.
Yeah,
I'd wear a t-shirt that say that Alabama
I'd be on my fucking
sued me, right?
Like, legit, I have it on my Scribe. I have the lawsuit on my Scribe. They lost.
Go fuck yourself, the state of Alabama.
Well, actually,
allegedly.
what I did was I went to Wi-Fi, and I actually didn't, because I was in Birmingham when they fucking handed it to us. And I actually went to Wi-Fi and put out an article that was titled, "To the State of Alabama DHR, fuck you and your frivolous bullshit lawsuit."
Wordy, but it gets to the point.
Yeah. It susses it all up
Right.
really well.
Yeah, like, you guys click on this.
Yeah, click on this motherfucker. Click this link.
And then same thing with fucking...
I love your balls.
I do. Well, that's what it takes to do the job you got to do. Because the people are going to stand against you all the fucking time when you're trying to get to the truth of shit, and they don't want to let it out.
Oh man, I've been on Chimp Mania. That's a website, by the way.
Yeah,
That's one of the most vile websites online.
Oh, really? I've never even heard of it. That's a good thing for me, right? Like, if we don't know what that is, I feel like
maybe.
I've never even been on like 4chan. Like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to go down those rabbit holes. Fuck that shit.
Chimp Mania.
I wouldn't lie about it.
Chimp Mania is like that. That actually happened during the Ferguson protest and shit. They said I should be hung with the chimps and shit.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Oh, chimp, man, I'm getting it now. It's that.
Okay,
extreme
now.
racist.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
But you were punched in the face a day ago for being a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's funny to me. That's
right. That was.
Yeah. And that's why I told you earlier. I was like, okay, the people that punch you, they obviously don't know anything about you.
No, it's fun.
Guys, we're gonna have to wrap up.
Yeah, we're getting.
I feel like what we touched on today was.
Don't tell us what we need to do.
Yeah. You don't fucking control.
It's his show.
Yeah. You don't fucking control.
It's our show now.
Yeah. Well, today it is for sure.
And we're gonna do what we're gonna do. And
well, I think today what I hear is the goddamn police department in Wichita need a little bit more accountability. Can we have a little more transparency on who the officers that shoot are?
But I do hope they're getting there. I hope they're getting there.
I mean, come on, let's change some of these old archaic laws that nobody gives a shit about anymore.
Throw that out right. It needs to be the Fraternal Order of Police.
Yeah, they all need to quit going to bat for the asshole in the department just because he's a fucking police officer. I think, dude, if you got 90% of the dudes that are good and 10 are bad, fuck them. Tell on them. Fuck that shit.
Expose the bad apple. He's a minority in your group.
Well, he's making you not.
At least you're telling me he is, right? At least they're saying
that's
that.
what they say. Yeah, that's what they say.
If they're telling me that's a minority in my group, the bad apple, expose him. And let's get them out.
And that's why it don't happen because they're not the minority. I feel like. I mean, that's the sad numbers.
We still do fucking.
Trying to be
I'm trying about to get clipped on my way home.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We still yearly update.
I feel like I might have a hit out on
I
my.
feel like I'm going to be on involuntary suicide watch.
We still yearly update on fucking an officer literally known for fucking people over. Dirty Harry is not any bullshit.
It's not.
I
Be
mean,
observant. Be observant, people. Pay attention to the things that actually are.
Film the cops. That's what I say. Pull your
Observe
phone
them
out.
for yourself
100%.
and find your own opinion.
That is
100%.
where they fucked up a long time ago. Where the government fucked up is about like 5 years ago. They started giving everybody cell phones. They're like, hey, we can track your asses. Well, guess what? We can film you now, motherfucker. So everybody's got one.
That's
now.
the thing.
that's
People think that shit's going more wrong now. No, we just have technology.
Yeah, we're just seeing it. You're just getting an eye to it because everybody's got a camera.
Chicago PD during the 80s and 90s. And LAPD during the
New York PD, all of the. I mean, I've seen documentaries on all that shit. It's a goddamn trip. They were a criminal organization almost.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
we have a criminal organization as WPD right now. I will 100% say that.
Well, I hope that changes because in a town that I live in, that's sad.
Yeah,
I'm sad to hear that. I'm sad to hear that because I want to believe, like you, that most cops are good and they'll tell on guys if they're assholes.
But
and all
really though, how good are you if you're not fucking saying anything about this dude fucking raping some fucking woman
or whatever,
you fucking planting drugs, you fucking doing all this shit?
It's the same as committing a crime. It's the same as doing and being a corrupt cop.
Well, it's an accessory at the best. It's the best of it. You're an accessory.
I mean, if I see you as a friend doing something that is outside of my moral compass, like we ain't gonna be friends anymore, or I'm gonna say something, or to call the cops on you.
Tonight we went to the bar, and you were starting to do anything, I'd be like, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why? It's weird that they don't reciprocate that same notion. Like, that's a weird thing to me.
But anyway, guys.
Well, because they think they're fucking. Fuck you, Aaron.
I love you.
All right, we love you guys.
Fuck me.
And this is not the last time we'll have Meko on. Meko, we could have on every week.
I'll come back.
Yeah, well, he'll come back.
We always have lots to say.
Cheers to you guys. We love you. Support the Aaron and Austin Show. Like and follow. Please hit subscribe.
My theme song
get Meko Haze. Find him on Facebook. Also, he's got Twisted Media coming up. Not yet, but hopefully.
We're not announcing that. Don't look at.
Yeah, don't look it up yet, but look out for it.
That's right.
Look for the lawsuits against me.
And hope we all make it home safe. Cheers to you guys. We love you.
Is it a podcast? Is it a show? Aaron and Austin, they don't even know. Hey, hey.